All right, we had an awesome game Sunday night, 49ers-Seahawks. It came down to the last plays of the game, inches, right? Football, game of inches. I just want to make this point. This, to me, was a great example of why it's really important as an offensive coordinator or an offense to understand the rules of what a defense does with certain route combinations. And to me, this is why Sean Payton, Kyle Shanahan, Josh McDaniels, they kind of separate themselves, I think, from the rest of the pack as far as offensive play callers and play designers, because they understand the defensive rules every bit as much as the defensive coordinator and the defensive players, okay? So here, we have a play here. This is a set they ran on second down after the spike and third down after the spike. This play right here will be the famous non-call pass interference on Jacob Hollister over the middle. And basically what we have here with the 49ers is they're playing like a quarters coverage, okay? Each guy has their quarter, right? 25, 20, 36, 41. They have a quarter of the field. 57 is responsible. They would call this like 4 carry or 4 man in football. 57 is responsible for anybody that attacks him inside coming this way. 54, the same thing. He's got to basically cover Jacob Hollister man-to-man. That's Fred Warner. Kawan Williams, he's going to kind of do a little double team action in and out, all right, on Tyler Lockett with 36. So there's a little bit of a nuance here. And on this play, where there was the non-pass interference call and all this, basically what happened was DK Metcalf did this, and Jimmy Ward took him. And then this guy came across, Travis Homer, and ran inside, and Greenlaw took him. So Greenlaw had to be worried, and all of his attention was over here to this route, right? All right. Now on this specific play too, here we go, Tyler Lockett. He's just going to get in the end zone and try to do something like that. He gets bumped, and 36 is doing a little bit of a combination coverage on him as he's reading him if he goes out to where he might help out. 83 goes in the back of the end zone and does this. The bottom line is the play was for these two guys. And Hollister tries to run up and push Fred Warner a little bit and then break out, and they're hoping Russell Wilson can just put a ball right on him. So now we get to the last play of the football game. And to me, this is where it's really important for an offensive coordinator to understand adjustments by a defense according to the route combinations. And with this type of coverage, it doesn't always play out just the way we showed it, where it's just, okay, quarters. Sometimes quarters can become two trap, okay? And two trap, cover two. And this is where I want to show you. And we'll start over here, okay? Because we know the play is going to be ultimately all about 48, all right? But here's the difference this time with the route combination and how it changes these guys to what we would usually say are somewhat in a quarters coverage, right? Well, on this one, really, Richard Sherman is reading not only this guy, DK Metcalf, but he's reading number 2. This is the number 1 receiver. This is number 2. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. Just to speak in NFL terms. That's how the defense recognizes the receivers. So Richard Sherman is reading 1 and 2 as Russell Wilson says set hut. And as it goes set hut, he sees Travis Homer go right into the flat. When he sees that, he knows his rules change, Richard Sherman. And now this basically becomes cover 2 on this side. And Richard Sherman comes up because he's going to play cover 2 and protect the flat. DK Metcalf now runs in and he's going to run this, but he's playing basically a cover 2 safety, and he's all ready for this. He has nowhere to go behind him. There's nowhere to go behind him, right? It's the back of the end zone. So now he's in the perfect position. So what we see now usually we talk about on the last picture, Greenlaw, right? Let's just go back to it. He's looking for anything inside. No matter what comes inside, he knows he's got to kind of carry it and stop it and do that. Well, you get back to this and you go, well, what does he do now? There's nothing for him to worry about, right? Travis Homer's in the flat, DK Metcalf's there, okay? On the front side, we got kind of the same thing. He runs an in cut. Tyler Lockett runs a little out route. And they're really just trying to single up the Jacob Hollister on Fred Warner, one-on-one. And then he can work this middle of the field. And that's what he did. It's called like a jerk route, a juke route. Usually like a 3-way option route for the tight end or the slot receiver. You've seen Julian Edelman do it for years with the Patriots, where he's going to come down and kind of stutter, and then he's going to break across. and Russell Wilson's going to try to hit him and let him fall into the end zone for a touchdown, right? Well, Russell Wilson throws a great ball, all right? And as he throws the ball, he puts it right on the money, right in Jacob Hollister's gut. But our man Greenlaw over here, number 57, he did a great job of, he shuffled this way a little bit to look, to make sure nothing came into his area. But once he recognized the route combination, he had the awareness to kind of go, okay, wait, nothing's coming over here. Let me look back over here. I know we're susceptible over here in the middle of the field, right? This area right here. And this is where Greenlaw was great. Coaching comes into play, made a great tackle, all that, and makes a wham, bam hit as soon as Hollister catches the ball. And of course, as we know, he's just this far off from making a touchdown. But to the big point here is, what really happens here is if there was some other certain route combination here that you have, maybe something similar to this side, maybe it's something where DK Metcalf comes down and just sits in the end zone, and now let's just say Travis Homer ran a wheel route, if we were just going to stay in this formation, that would have attracted 57 to where he's over here, and now he's not there to make the tackle on Jacob Hollister. And my point is, as an offensive coordinator, you have to know rules of defenses. And this is one of those where, yeah, this is a good play, and it got them 5 yards, but they needed 6. And not knowing exactly what their rules were came back to bite them in the butt, to where Greenlaw made the big tackle because there was nothing there to take away his attention and keep him over here.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.